Hello and welcome to one of our most consistently popular 4x4s, certainly in the segment, which is becoming more and more penalised every year it seems. 4x4s are becoming very expensive to run in many cases, not least of which because of their fuel economy, but even more so these days because of their tax. In the case of an Evoque though, because the engine is so much more efficient and so much more economical than you would ever think a 4x4 could be, they're not being hit anywhere near as hard, which in addition to being under £13,000 in this case for a stunning looking car in a beautiful spec, it really adds to why they are so popular. Now, this particular model is a 2-litre TD4 in HSE dynamic trim. We'll come back to that trim in just a second. It does have four-wheel drive as well, and in particular, it's a 2015 shape. Now, it's finished in Loire Blue, a beautiful colour actually, a very rare one on this car, with that lovely light leather interior, and of course that panoramic roof, which makes the interior look even more stunning. Again, we'll come back to those optional extras such as the pan roof in a second. It has a massive history file to its name, its two original keys still intact, and that engine is so impressive when it comes to economy, but also its low-end pulling power, if for example you wanted to use it as a family or holiday car, is around 320 foot-pounds, which is plenty of torque, certainly for a vehicle which is a lot more compact than something like a full-size Range Rover and a lot easier to park or drive around tighter city streets. At the same time though, that economy is astonishing. Economy and 4x4s are not necessarily two things which you would typically say in the same sentence, but not so here. This one can average up to 55 miles to the gallon, and on the motorway as high as 63. That is astonishingly good, and it can genuinely rival a small city runabout, but with all of the extra advantages of a 4x4. The extra space, the ride height, that feeling of safety on the road, and of course the great styling, which the Evoque has. Now, to go back to that HSE trim, that means you have heated seats, cruise control, of course that lovely panoramic roof as mentioned, xenon headlights, reverse camera, and even Apple CarPlay as well. Ultimately, this car is in a segment of 4x4s of any kind, which are in some cases as high as £700 a year to tax. This one in comparison is 180. So to top off all of that, that really is the cherry on the cake. It's more affordable to tax, more affordable to run, looks fantastic, is super practical, and of course, much easier to drive around tighter streets, be it country lanes or city roads, than something like a Discovery or a full-size Range Rover. So once again, if you are looking for an Evoque, and this particular example for once again under £13,000 catches your eye, then of course you could get in contact with us via the email address shown here on screen, or of course give us a call on 01749 871 155, or alternately on our mobile number of 07482 267 439.